It's time for some truly old school cool today. I've got a Winchester Model 1897. You can see that whenever you rack this thing back, it kind of comes out on both ends here. But this is another John Browning design. This one specifically is in 12 gauge, and it's got two barrels. This one has a longer full choke barrel and a smaller cylinder bore barrel. We're gonna shoot it a little bit today and talk about it. Welcome back, guys. Stick around. So yeah, we're out at the farm today with a 12 gauge that is a very, very old example of the Winchester Model 1897. After running the serial numbers on this one, I saw that this one was made in 1904. So it is 120 years old this year. Now this one, I mean, it's got all the colorings of being a well-loved, well-used gun. It is not in pristine condition. We've got some cracks in the stock, cracks in the shorter barrel's forend, but it does function. So we're gonna shoot it a little bit today. I'm not gonna shoot very many rounds through this because this is not my gun. And it's such an old example of the 1897 that I don't want to be the one that fires its last round through it. But we are gonna shoot some buckshot through it. I've got some Monarch 12 gauge double-aught buck. But before we do that, I told you guys that this was a takedown model. So I'm gonna demonstrate how this shotgun takes down and how you can switch barrels. Now, I mean, I've got a Mossberg 500. It's super easy to switch out barrels on it. But this shotgun, in the process of switching out the barrels, you also switch out the magazine tube and the forend. So let's take a look at that. All right, I'm gonna try to do all of this with it on the stand, but I don't know that I'm gonna be able to. The first thing you have to do is push this pin on the front of our magazine tube in, and that allows us to unscrew the magazine tube. It's sort of a half thread there. After you do that, originally all you would have to do is twist from here to unlock it. But this one, it's part of its character is that it needs a little bit of coaxing to unlock fully. So I've got a light mallet to help me out with that. There we go. All right. And then to put on the new barrel, you just sort of find those half threads here and you twist it back. Oh, okay, I see what I've got. Yep, there we go. All right, now we're back on. We'll push the magazine tube back in, give it that half turn, push our pin, and we've swapped out our barrels. All right, like I said, we're gonna be shooting some of this Monarch 12 gauge double-aught buck through here. Again, we're gonna do the cylinder bore barrel, then we're gonna swap it out and shoot some skeet with the full choke barrel. But I've got some clay targets set up downrange, and then I've got a steel plate even further down. So we'll see how this does. All right, make sure I'm in frame here. Oh. Got a hang up. What I've found with this is that you really do, you gotta rack it and mean it. So let's see. There we go. Got him. Wow. Performed flawlessly. Let's do that again. All right. Woo! Got one more. We'll do this. Man, what a fun gun. All right, let's pop that longer barrel back on there and shoot some skeet. So now we're gonna see how well we can do shooting some skeet with this old Winchester 1897. Again, this thing is 120 years old this year. I've got the longer barrel on this one too. It's stamped on the side that it is a full choke. So I'll have to, I can either wait until they get a little further out or try to hit them pretty quick and turn them to dust. So let's see what happens. Well, that one turned to dust. Let's try another one. Pull. Not too bad for a 120-year-old gun. Let's try to do a couple more. Pull. Oh no. Let's see. Well, had a malfunction here where they didn't want to come out of the tube. So let's see if we can get this cleared up. Pull! Not too bad. So I will say I did have some issues toward the end of the day where whenever I would go to rack another shell in, the bolt would get caught up somewhere back here. I was able to freely move the fore end, you know, to move it around until it got to the back all the way and it wouldn't go forward. I actually had to have that little rubber mallet to tap the bolt forward. So I found out once I got it back here to get cleaned up that this little screw right there had backed out. So it was very much backed out to where I could just freely tighten it. So tightened it back up. There we go. And was able to manipulate the slide again. So just something to look out for if you ever run into a similar issue. That screw right there backing out just a little bit caused this bolt to bind up back here. Well, this old gun still does have some life in her. Actually didn't get to shoot it as much as I would like because we started having some binding issues, and like I said, I'm not gonna be the one that fires the last shot out of this gun. If you've ever played Red Dead Redemption 2, this is the pump shotgun you get in Red Dead Redemption 2. Please, guys, do subscribe if you haven't already. Follow us on Instagram. It's @YonderOak, same as the channel name here. Until next time, guys, thanks for stopping by.